What's cooking, everybody? I'm Dave Altizer from Kinotika, and this is Couch Talk. The M50 is finally here, and the rumors have been confirmed just in time for CP Plus in Japan. We are going to be pre-ordering this camera and doing a review as soon as we receive it, but this is just an initial reaction to the announcement. The M50 sits below the M5 and the M6 from Canon as a lower entry mirrorless option, and it really seems to be geared specifically for vloggers. I could list off all the minute details about this camera, but here's the important stuff. We have a nice EVF built into this camera, the same one that's in the G1X Mark III. Check out our review in the eye icon above or the description below. The new processor gives us eye detection in autofocus for the first time on a Canon camera. It also gives us a new compressed RAW feature, which is a 40% decrease in file size for RAW photos, which is great. We get 99 focus points with this camera on most lenses, but on some of the other newer lenses, we get 149 autofocus points. The original M5 and M6 only had 49 autofocus points, so this is a nice improvement there. And of course, the party trick with this camera, 4K internal recording. Oh my gosh! We've been waiting on 4K for a very long time on Canon's lower end cameras, and we finally have it with the M50, but it's just okay. When you're shooting 1080p video, you get full sensor coverage, you have the full autofocus tracking capability with Canon's dual pixel autofocus, and it's great. So if you're only interested in shooting 1080p, this camera may be one of the best vlogging options available. As soon as you flip into Ultra HD or 4K, however, that's really where the issues arise. On top of the APS-C sensor crop with the 1.45x crop, give or take, you add an additional 1.5 crop as soon as you hit into 4K. If you use the video image stabilization feature, which I highly recommend if you're shooting handheld, you get an additional 1.75 crop. And on the extreme IS mode, or the maximum mode, it's a 2.2x crop, which means if you're using the included kit lens on the wide angle field of view at 15 millimeters, that 15 millimeter lens is roughly a 50 millimeter lens, which is just way too tight for vlogging purposes. If you're looking at the 11 millimeter lens on the crop mode, that is roughly a 24 millimeter lens with the 4K crop. Not only is there a heavy crop mode in 4K, you also lose the benefit of the Canon dual pixel autofocus. The dual pixel autofocus is the best in the market for video, and it's one of the reasons why everybody uses Canon cameras for vlogging. It's just so reliable. The face tracking just locks onto your face. When you turn it around and you're shooting other objects, you can just touch the screen and the focus is perfect. It's the best system, bar none. You lose that when you go into 4K. It goes into a older contrast detection type autofocus, similar to the GH5, which is notorious for not having good autofocus. In conclusion, this camera seems to be a great option for people who only care about 1080p video and need a small camera. It also seems to be a great option for people who need a good small stills camera. But the most exciting thing to me is the new processor, the Digic A processor. I'm excited to see this processor inside of an 80D body. I'm excited to see this in a 5D body. And who knows what's possible on the higher end with the 1D series using this new processor. We might see 4K with no crop with dual pixel autofocus in the future. This is just a $779 low budget mirrorless camera from Canon, and I am very excited to see what they do with their higher end Pro lineup using this new technology. Anyways, guys, that does it for today's Couch Talk video, the first in the series, as a matter of fact. What do you think of our new set? Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe for our weekly videos. Once again, I'm Dave Altizer, this is Kinotika, see you next time.